CE News podcast. With us, we have Tony from Jamaica. He's been living in Poland for a good 10 years and is also witnessing how culture is slightly changing in Poland over the years. It is also something that is going on in Jamaica at the moment. It feels that in some way the world is all moving in the same direction that America is, that a lot of our trends and fashions are taken from there. Is this something you would agree with, that you can see this change also happening in Jamaica at the moment?
Yes, definitely. America, they influence global trends. They have, their economic power, the diplomatic connections. There is Hollywood. They have their big corporations that help to spread it everywhere.
Also, you have more geographical proximity when it comes to Jamaica and the US. Florida is what, 400, 500, 600 kilometers away, maybe? Is this something that is felt more in Jamaica, would you say, especially since you share the English language as well, or more here in Poland?
I would say definitely more in Jamaica because the influence comes from there. It's a lot of the tourists are from North America. The television is from American cable we get, right? So definitely the culture is more influenced.
How has this changed over the years? Because it used to be part of the British Commonwealth, so maybe it was more natural to look towards London back in the day. Was American influence always something that was a fact in Jamaica, or is this something that is over the last couple of decades that has grown?
Yeah, I would say it's over the last couple of decades, definitely. It's growing after independence. There is still a strong connection, maybe from on the educational side of things in Jamaica. That so the education is more towards the British side, but the cultural, the entertainment aspect is taken from the States.
And if we look at this younger generation, a lot of the trends are now transmitted through various social media. Would you say that, for example, an app like TikTok is something that is big in Jamaica, or it's more of a European American thing?
Yeah, I guess the TikTok use is definitely growing in Jamaica. There are many accounts now.
And what kind of effect does this transmission of values and ideas through social media have? Does Instagram, for example, also, is that a big part of Jamaican life for young people?
Yes, absolutely. I guess like everywhere in the world, unfortunately now the young generation is heavily influenced and reliant on social media. This includes Instagram, TikTok. Everyone is making some reels, uploading. It's a big part of news source for them. Yeah.
So you think it wouldn't be something uncommon to walk the street in Kingston and you see some girl doing these various selfies or recording a video, being completely focused on the camera and not her surroundings?
Yeah, I would say that this is definitely more and more of this going on. You probably would encounter this, someone doing like a funny dance, recording.
But in parts of Europe and definitely in America, there is a debate on whether it's harmful. We had some hearings with Meta a year or two ago, and they had some surveys showing that a lot of young people feel certain pressure and are even having mental problems because of this. Is that a debate that has also emerged in Jamaica, or is still social media viewed as only good?
Yeah, I haven't heard that debate on the public in the public sphere, but those things you mentioned are real, and they are side effects of some things like TikTok with the short content. This
short attention span,
which can lead to many things. Stress, just people being not being productive. It can harm relationships. So social media in general, it's a double-edged sword. Yes, you can get some information from different sources, but then on the other side, we have like cyberbullying and just in general.
Also, if you look at social media, a lot of these big tech companies or Hollywood or the music industry, they are known to be more on the progressive end of things than regular American society, so to say. And Jamaica, deep down, seems to be a quite conservative society where family values, the church, they have all had a big influence on social life. But is there this sensation that these more progressive ideas are being spread to Jamaica from the US and particularly through social media?
Yes, as you said, Jamaica is pretty conservative. With there is family values are the traditional family is valued, and yes, of course, as with like anywhere, there are influences from external players who try to spread, let's say, some ideology that's not Jamaican. And yeah, so you have to be aware. Of course, some of these companies, they have a lot of resources. They can put out a lot of content to trap people, and give them the wrong message.
And how does it look like with the church? Because in Poland, there is this ongoing debate. The last 10 or 15 years have really seen a lot of secularization in society, even though Poland is naturally still one of the most religious countries in Europe, but in the Caribbean, and I believe in Jamaica probably in particular, the church has had a strong position. But is this something that is still visible today, or is this also fading away with time?
Yeah, I would say the role of the church when it comes to politics and the role in governing the country, it's very very minimal. That they don't really take part in that.
Yeah, that seems to be somewhat of a difference compared here to Poland. But still, it would not be something uncommon to see on Sundays families, or especially older ladies, heading down to church for their weekly Sunday mass. Or is religion not really visible in Jamaica
anymore?
Anymore?
No, like this, like absolutely, yeah. It's like a tradition. Yeah, everyone goes to church. It's pretty big. There are a lot of churches in Jamaica. Per square kilometer, it's like one of the most in the world when it comes to the amount of churches per square kilometer. So yes, people go. They worship. So they are pretty. They abide by the Bible. Let's say they're pretty moral.
How does the debate look like when it comes to internal politics, for example? Are there clear parties which are more on the progressive end of the scale, and other parties that are more conservative? Because lately in the West, we've been hearing a lot about the so-called culture war. Has the culture war arrived in Jamaica as well, or is this a non-topic and people focus more on economy?
Yeah, for now, people are focused more on economy. They're more worried about getting jobs. But in terms of the political party, yes, there would be, let's say, certain parties that are more aligned with America and more open to taking their advice on matters. And and then there's let's say those that are more.
Is there a generational divide as well, or this is not something that is that visible?
When it comes to the parties?
In general, on how people look at these social values and progressivism versus conservatism.
Yeah, definitely the older generation believes that that the way how they did things is correct, so there's no need to fix it. And whereas the youngsters now, maybe they tend to want to change things around, and maybe they're more easily influenced by from the outside.
And if we look at the effect that America has on young people, when they have their own debates with, for example, older conservative family members, do they, so to say, but have you seen what Kamala Harris said, for example, or do they somehow draw inspiration from the U.S. and try to say that, you know, this is the source from where all knowledge and modernity comes from, we should be more like America? Or don't they really use that country in the debate in that way as a tool?
Yeah, definitely they strive to be like America in the sense that, you know, they're an economic powerhouse, right? And they must have done something right, type of thing. So they tend to, let's say, listen closely to the advice that the Americans give. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see how the culture continues to develop. This is always something that is naturally in motion. We'll keep an eye on it, and thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.